gloom written on your downtrodden faces. Our precious city quivers with fear. I cast blame upon the vile Merkwa that stains our docks violet and plagues the hulls of our ships. Its foul tendrils corrupt the good creatures of this land and vex our citizens. But what of us, the Eshans?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Lost Druid here on Weave the Tale. And this is our final episode. This is the end of this Alchemy RPG wonderful, absolutely amazing module. But before we get to that point, before we say hello to all these wonderful people playing with us, let me do our announcements real quick. First, our sponsors. We have Grinding Coffee. Grinding Coffee is a Black LGBT plus owned coffee business that would like to keep you awake and happy with the best roasts directly shipped to your door. Use the affiliate link by using the command !coffee, and note that our discount code is penny for a tail, all typed out there. Get you some coffee to get you through these finales. Then we have Dice Dungeon, a Baltimore-based company that has a passion for making beautiful and high-quality dice and gaming accessories for every single table. Please check them out by using our command !dice if you're looking to add something special to your RPG hoard. And then, last but not least, we have made it, y'all, to the end of the season, and we have something very special happening today that we have this sponsor to thank for. Vibromancers for Hire has gifted adorable little mini weavers, and we're going to be having a giveaway today for this one. Look at ya little weaver. Oh, they're just the sweetest. And so I think we are running that during our break, so stick around. You will see it. It'll pop up in chat, and you will have a chance to win this adorable little fella. It's going to be great. And it doesn't end there. Vibromancers would love to make unique and magical pieces for you, so visit them at vibromancers4hire.com. Also, don't forget you can interact with our story by retweeting. We have the command tweet that will bring you to the live tweet for this show. At 20 and 40 retweets, I just give out goodies. That's pretty much how this has been going. I'm very nice. And then also we have donations, which I do not have my sheet up currently, but has a bunch of wonderful little price points for things that you can give our players, like $5 advantage for a player of your choosing. Make sure you highlight and let us know what exactly that donation is going to and to who. $15, you get one disadvantage roll for me that the players can choose to impose at any point in time. 25 is a free advantage roll for the entire party to choose when to use at that time. $50 is a health potion for the entire party. And then when we get to 150, you get a little something. We get a little something special. We'll figure that one out. Maybe it's a one shot ran by me. Maybe it's some fun little adventure of getting Simon back to where Simon needs to go home. Still, I need to know how this one ends. But that is how you can interact with the story. And then, guys, we're at the end of our season. We just had last Sunday our finale of I switched it in my head. Sunday was the finale of Thirsty Sword Lesbian. Saturday was the finale of Necrobiotic. This week we also have Into the Stormlands, our Pathfinder campaign that'll be running every other week throughout the summer. Then we also still have Friday, our Autumn of the Fireflies, our Shadowrun game that is running till the end of July. So we ain't gone, but getting a little summer break before all the goodies coming in fall. But that is that. That's all the housekeeping. So let's meet our wonderful crew. We'll start with Marla, since you're over here on the side.
Hi. I'm Marlo. You can find me on Twitter at Marlo Bogwitch. I'm playing Lelbeth Greenthread, the scrappy little rogue, gnome rogue. Is there anything else to say? I think I've said it.
Awesome.
Follow me on Twitter. That's Marlo Bogwitch. That's where you can find me. Follow me there. I can be in your games. I can be there.
Heck yeah. Alrighty, Dee, tell us about yourself.
Hello, lovely creatures of the night. My name is Dee. I'm a professional troublemaker on the internet, and tonight I'll be bringing to you Linus Poodle and his good friend Simon.
Wonderful. Matt.
Hello. For tonight's curtain call, I'm Matt, the Killer GM. Tonight I am playing Derrin, Twinkletoes Ovra, a bard who came in search of a story, and I think I'm getting one hell of a story out of this entire venture, so pretty satisfied. Let's see if we can make it to the end.
Yes, and then Spence.
I'm Spence. I'm Resonant Moon pretty much everywhere, and I'm playing Addie Silvercrest, the water genasi, who's let loose that they may or may not be some kind of nobility. Yeah, their home has been destroyed, so they're hoping that this crazy old dude that we just rescued from a party will help heal the this corruption that's spreading across the lake. Like, oh my god. And also, I just want to hit things. Can I just hit things, please?
Definitely.
Because Mino's smart good.
Hey, we have plenty to hit today, I am sure. And then I am Taylor, or at _potato_ anywhere I choose to be on the internet, and I will be piloting the things Addie will hit today. That's my job. But before we get to that, last episode we awoke on the boat inside a hidden grotto after a fight with a odd dragon spider interesting creature. Mayfire, your companion for the trip, had found an interesting obelisk that was made of obsidian, which thankfully Fawn gave you a bracelet that was meant to interact with it in a way. And after a bit of musical trial and error, y'all were able to play the tune that started the magic and allowed y'all to float your way up into a passageway that led to a very interesting scene. You came out into a room full of waterfalls and pathways and floating rocks and some Merkwa and deep, deep, dark blue, nearly night sky ponds, and two guards that were sat by a iron door that led into an interesting fissure in the wall that glowed a green color. After walking up and chatting with them for a bit, somehow magically, even I think with a nat one from our barbarian friend, y'all were able to convince them to let you in as long as you didn't start any trouble, and maybe got them off shift for a bit. Unfortunately, y'all got in and got a little sidetracked. You made your way to the bar to set the scene, get a little lay of the land. And while inside a party was raging on, you had people bathing in these crystal clear pools, others, playing lawn games, some just lounging about, enjoying the nice warm weather and the brighter light that was in this room. And you notice some were very enraptured in a tale by an older gentleman that you pretty quickly keyed in on is your target, Gilgazzo. After chatting with the bartender, getting some drinks, and making your way over, you heard an interesting tale that was thinly veiled on how he ended up in his current place of residence. And with a little bit of talking to him, realized he may not be here by his choice. And this whole scene made even more odd by the guards around, interesting glitching party goers, and a gold mist that, as Mayfire found out for y'all, makes you very happy with your current surroundings and not a care in the world. Learning that Gilgazzo was kind of being kept prisoner here, working off a bit of a Aether addiction, he had done some scouting and figured out where y'all needed to go to GTFO, which thankfully, with some very good lockpicking, some sneaking, you were able to make your way into this neural network room, where inside a giant plant root system, seemed to coalesce with other machinery and magical elements. And after some talk with plants that Linus did for y'all, you learned how to transport to this grove and then wherever you wish to go that this tree's roots to touch. The guard, well, the lieutenant specifically, showed up as y'all were disappearing, and you've landed here at the Sarid Keep, which is Gilgazzo's home. He has rushed out, dropped to his knees, kissed the dirt, and you'll now stand here. Let me get a little bit of a prep here. Gilgazzo, after exiting, this kind of hollow motions for you all when he stands up, and on the other side of the tree, you see a stunning castle rises beneath the canopy of the dim light. A path leads under the archway of a low cobblestone wall that borders a lush garden of strange and beautiful plant life. And before you looms a magnificent yet desolate Sarid Keep. The castle consists of several towering conical peaks with wooden frames sharp at their precipice, curve all the way down and touch the ground in curling finishes. The entrance to the keep lies in ruins, and the once manicured paths now grow thick with weeds. Just kind of turns to y'all. Everyone, welcome to my home.
Well, this is a nice place you got here, bud.
Oh, thank you. It's definitely seen better days, but
Well, I mean, considering that it's been abandoned for, 100 years or something like that?
at least it seems very
Rustic.
rustic. I love rustic. It's very rustic. But it will take some work to get up in tip-top shape again. I do have a few things I do need to collect or see if they are still inside. If y'all would like to join me, you can go walk around, do what you wish. But I would gather some things, and then I can get us back to the island.
Well,
Okie
yeah. Go pop a squat and just let us know when you're good.
Do you want us to make sure that there's nothing, squatting in your house?
Oh. That would probably be a good idea.
Like critters and stuff.
Oh, then
Potentially.
maybe this is more of a field trip, group endeavor than split up gang. I don't know. Up to you. But
We just work really hard to, get you out of that place, and it would be a real shame to have something to happen to you when you go into your house by yourself.
fair.
Guaranteed there's rats. There's always rats.
No, my goodness.
Oh, did you not know she was here?
Somehow I'd be worried about whatever is eating the rats in this place.
And Linus just kind of like squints a little bit for a second, goes, eh. But
It's easy
yeah,
to
if there are any
forget about
rats
me.
in there, you can take care of them with some peanut butter and a couple of raisins.
I doubt there's any left of that in the kitchen, but maybe.
That'd be
Oh,
good to
right.
know for Captain Redfin.
Yeah, if you wet the raisins a little bit, they've actually got a bunch of sugar, and since it's already dried, it doesn't run off like processed sugar does.
Weird.
Interesting.
All right then. Okay, I will go and kick in the door. Hang on.
Oh, I mean, it's rustic enough, I think. Maybe as he like follows you up the stairs, and you see that once the barriers of this keep are two heavy iron and wooden doors that are now pretty much a mess of gaping beams and chains. Inside, birds kind of flutter overhead and flit across the main hall. A very intricate black chandelier hangs above, its blue candles long since extinguished. Below it, you see a statue of a woman holding a pitcher that pours water into a surrounding pool. A doorway on the left side of the room is blocked by piled debris, though the door on the right remains accessible. And ahead of you, past the spray of prisms that the fountain, one wall is made entirely of glass and iron fretwork with a solitary door. Beyond, you do hear some muffled noises.
I guess I'll go check it out. The noises.
I'll follow at a respectful distance.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Anytime.
Alrighty. Do a quick perception check for me, please.
You got it. That is a 6.
Okay.
Addie rolls poorly at everything except for hitting things.
Okay. So you walk in first, and you hear Gilgazzo. You know, I feel like I remember at one point in time that some of the others talked about security measures as you feel your foot catch on a tripwire. And
That's not good.
you look up as you see a section of like wood kind of plops down, pulled from this, and you see two large boulders roll towards you, doing 11 damage as you kind of jump out of the way, but they kind of bang up against your body. I guess they did do that.
That's okay. That's what I'm here for. Oh, alright. Ow.
And this just now reoccurred to you.
Look, it's a lot of my time in the Eternal Eden. I didn't know I should hold my breath for the glitter, so a lot of it was just drunken fun. You forget some things when most of your life is drunken fun, and mostly solitary confinement, because, let's be real, half those people were not worth talking to. Ugh, drags.
So, are any of you three, like, proficient at looking for traps or things? So that I don't get it again until we're actually fighting some peoples?
Looking for things. I can look for things, potentially.
I have investigation.
That's probably a good skill to have, I would think. But anyway.
Yeah, I have a good
I'm
investigation.
I'm gonna make sure that my ribs aren't broken while you look for traps.
That's
Looking
fair.
trap.
Can I have Simon help out with the trap?
Yeah.
looking?
Yeah.
advantage.
Sorry, I'm just trying to remember. Here we go. Chick. Well, that ain't great. That ain't great.
Alrighty. Were you going to, or did you roll with advantage, or were you gonna have Simon give Lelbeth advantage, or you advantage? Linus?
Simon was going to give Lelbeth advantage.
Okay, perfect. So roll one more time for me.
Hey.
Oh, I rolled perception. Oops. I rolled the right thing. Ah,
Awesome. Okay.
11?
Okay.
Great.
So you're kind of looking around, and you don't notice anything else that's jumping out at you, literally, or that you think will jump out at you soon.
It's all clear. You're good.
Yeah, that is good. So traps wise, you're kind of good looking around. You'll start to kind of head towards that glass and iron door that looks like it probably led out into a garden that is now, really, the glass is dirty. You can barely see through. If anyone wants to just kind of search this room for general, not trap things, go ahead and roll investigation. If not, kind of get up to the doorway here.
16.
Okay. You hear you're as you're kind of walking and you're looking around, like I said, that's kind of how a lot of the house has fallen apart. The left is a little blocked off from this section. But you have those two doors. You have this pond in the middle that you notice has an algae growing on it, not the merqua. We're further from the water here. But just from being out and about traveling and such, that it is a toxic kind of algae that seems to be floating around here. You also notice as you get closer to the door and you're listening, the distress, or like ruffling, you hear a voice that is almost sounding distressed as well, and like little hoofs and like fidgeting and things. But you also notice sticking out of some of the rubble what looks to be the hilt of a weapon.
Hey, I think I found someone. It almost sounds like somebody's kind of trapped over there. You see where that sword is?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me see. I take out my halberd and I kind of shove it under and see if I can pull up to give any opening.
So the noise is coming more through the door, and the rubble is just kind of next to this one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not blocking it; they're just side by side.
Okay.
But
And
as you
I
kind of
will,
do that, you're some of the rubble moves a bit, and you're seeing more and more of this like hilt of this weapon.
Cool. If I can dislodge the weapon, I will.
Okay. Let me right here.
And then we'll go to the door.
Yeah, you pull this weapon, and more debris kind of falls away from it, and you see what looks to be a large hammer. It's very spiky, very painful looking. I will send in our Discord for y'all.
Oh, that looks sick. Addie immediately wants to take it and use it in place of one of my hand axes.
God, that's so metal.
Absolutely. And I have so many tabs. So many tabs. You kind of pull, everyone looks like, okay. And Gilgazzo is kind of there too, just looking over and kind of pushes on this door just a little bit. And you see that these vines and ferns kind of spider up the glass and iron fretwork of the wall's keeps and sprawl over the top and down the side. As you look out through this crack in the door that Gilgazzo's kind of started to create as he's pushing it, you see several pathways snake under bridges of white and gold hanging bulb flowers, and then 2 marble gazebos stand opposite ends of the yard full of large petal flowers, vibrant, sticky with pollen. You hear more of the same sounds as before of this like struggling, and they seem to grow louder and more disturbing as you've now opened the door, but you're not seeing anything quite yet.
Either somebody's getting eaten, or we don't want to find out what that is.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Can I tell what general direction it's coming from?
Yeah, do a quick perception for me.
What do I perceive with mine own ears? Oh, that's bad.
Not bad. So you're kind of looking around and trying to see, and you see that in the direction that you're kind of hearing this noise, there is a greenhouse. You can kind of see it through just kind of a little bit of a haze from the pollen from this giant flower bed that kind of leads up to it. And, you know, along the path, there's a couple of rakes and hand shovels and watering cans and those sort of things. You do also notice by this greenhouse, like I said, it's a little hard to see through the haze of like this pollen and just how the sun's coming barely through these trees. But just around the edge of the bush, you see a couple of feet like sticking out, like they're sitting down on the ground. What looks to be maybe someone leaning up against the building, but all you can see are feet.
Can I scout this and see what's happening? Like who that is sitting there, or like what that sound is?
Yeah, go ahead. Are you just stealthing up?
Stealth it.
Stealth it.
Okay, if you're stealthing, I probably shouldn't send the giant green cube to assist. Never mind.
14.
Okay.
Not a great roll.
So, you walk up and you start to kind of sneak up in this general area past a couple of the, you know, emptier flower beds, some little sections of this path that some of the brick is starting to kind of break away and move from roots from various trees that have now made their way up into this garden. Real quick, let me roll a d6 for no reason. 5. And you get up into this area where this flower bed is and start to peek around. And for just a second, your eyes get like a little watery. You know, like when you've breathed in some pollen, some just like allergen real quick, and your eyes get a little watery. And you wipe them away as you smell these flowers that are just sweet. And the smell starts to kind of transform into something you can't put into words. You know, you can't say, oh, this smells like lavender or whatever. The best you can say is that it smells like victory. It smells like how victory feels. And you have gained an inspiration, my friend.
Interesting.
And you look around now, feeling emboldened a bit, and you see a body of a young man in some state of moderate decomposition, lying up against the far wall. But you still hear the noises that now are more noticeable or more pinpointable to the greenhouse.
I think largely she's gonna probably have zero idea who this decomposing body is, so she's not really too concerned. I mean, certainly someone died here, and that's not a great thing. But she, I think, is gonna try to peek inside the greenhouse via like wiping off the glass and seeing if she can see through
Yeah, you
with
kind
her
of
little gnome hands.
Yeah, you kind of sneak up and you make a little section that you can see through. It's still a little hard. There's a little bit of a fog or, condensation on the inside from kind of this contained little greenhouse here. But you notice that it is a very vaulted room. And you see pretty quickly a bit of a struggle, though it's hard to make out because nothing is humanoid in there. It almost looks like two trees fighting or struggling in some way with each other.
Upon seeing this, I'm going back to the group to relay this information. So this is what she says.
So there's a dead body outside the greenhouse, and inside, it's like a tree boxing match. Like two trees just going at it.
Like an elm and a sycamore, or
I have no idea what
What
trees
was
are.
it? Was it an elm tree? Because that is very. You know what? I'm just gonna go and Gilgazzo starts running towards the greenhouse.
Must be some of his friends. I don't know.
it may not be. We should probably go help him just in case.
I think that's a good idea. I don't know. I know a couple of trees pretty well, and none of them are the fighting sort, so.
Alright.
Maybe the wrong kind of oak, but...
I have a quick mechanical question for
Yes.
the GM.
Yes.
The hammer,
Yes.
does it require attunement because it's magic?
I do not believe so.
Okay, sweet. I'm totally wielding that hammer unless anybody has objections. Sweet. So I'm fascinated with this hammer, and I'm just like going over all the skulls, being like, "Oh, this is so cool." And then, "Oh, we're going. I don't know what we're fighting." Okay. You're muted.
Sorry, I was eating a Pop-Tart and I want to hear y'all hear me smack. But you all start chasing after Gilgazzo, who's swung open the doors. And you see he pauses for a second and kind of looks at the dead body and squints his eyes, then shrugs and goes in, unknowing. And y'all follow after, and like I said, you're now seeing this vaulted greenhouse, and you can see more now that there is a large for the greenhouse, not large for the giant dim light trees that you are surrounded by outside, but a golden elm tree that is pinned down to the ground currently by some wretched looking creature. You see that this abomination consists of wriggling vines and thorns dripping with a sticky resin and several barbed bulbs sharp as teeth that kind of hang out and about. A fan of ferns forms at its base, and at its center a bright cardinal flower whips around, aflame and hallowed. You see pollen oozes from the holes in its core like like drool, like a drooling beast. It shakes and trembles at its tangle of tendrils whip around this tree and look to be kind of choking it, if you could choke a tree. And you all hear kind of a groan that sounds like wood, but also like a voice. I would say, Linus, just with your general more nature connectiveness, you're much more able to notice that this is a voice, that this tree is like groaning and like, asking out for help, kind of, as it seems to notice you. I would say at y'all's kind of entrance, this tree monster thing is holding on and kind of whips around to see all of y'all as the golden elm kind of is able to wiggle a little bit and seem to breathe. Gilgazzo runs straight to that tree and starts just trying to rip off these vines. As you see, a few of the tendrils now are starting to kind of whip out and kind of go at his head and ducking, and some of them even making their way towards y'all. So, real quick, let's...
Hey, the button.
There's the button. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Got so many things here. We gonna show that guy.
We're fighting trees now? Oh, okay, we're fighting trees now.
Fighting trees now. Alrighty. I need to look and see.
Also a reminder for my fellow players, we did get inspiration last game.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yes.
I do remember.
So. Does our buddy Gilgazzo have a character sheet? No, he's going to spend his time just pulling. Okay. So, first up, Linus. So, we'll recap. You have weird monster plant. You have a awakened golden oak trying to get away. Gilgazzo, they're helping. That anything you want to interact with is in the realm of possibility. What would you like to do first?
Oh goodness. I have underlying issues with fighting nature. But Linus is going to pull out his dad's moon sickle, and he is just going to say, I'd really rather not do this to you all, so if you want to yield at any point in time, just let me know. And I'm going to cast... Is anyone particularly in my, way to someone else?
No, I could say you could easily kind of maneuver to where no one's going to be in the way. Or they will,
Cool.
if you would rather.
Awesome. Then I am going to point my sickle at someone, and this really, this really very MS Paint-ish, I guess is the only way I could describe it, symbol of what looks like an older Linus with, gray tufts in the chin hair. And the hair, and I'm going to point the moon sickle at one of the awakened shrubs and cast Hunter's Mark. And then I will make my 2 sickle strikes, since we're now level 5.
Ooh, there we go.
23 on the first, and then a 15 if that hits, a 5.
Let me
On the
double
second.
check. 15 just hits. Alrighty.
Love it.
7, that's 12 total. I can math.
Indeed.
Beautiful. Okay.
And then I will... Oh, that's my bonus action, so Simon can't do anything. Simon will just be following close behind,
Awesome.
squelching angrily.
Alrighty. Then it goes to Derrin. Our scary music didn't start playing. We'll have to fix that later.
Oh dear. All right. So I'm going to point at the big, scary, blight thing. And just... Alright, you withered excuse for a sapling. How about you pick on somebody your own size?
Yes.
And let's viciously mock it.
Yes. Alright, it's gotta do a wisdom save.
DC 60.
Let's get this. Yay. Where's your wisdom? Where's your wisdom? Yes. Save. That's exactly a 10, so nope.
Excellent. So it will now have disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Beautiful.
Which is what we need. And then, so who's after me in the,
Addie directly
That would be me.
next.
Addie? Great. Addie, have a D8's worth of inspiration. I'm certain you won't need it, but
Oh, you're a gem. Thanks, buddy.
I do what I can.
And then I yell and rage.
Rage.
And head for that vined horror thingy,
Beautiful.
vined nightmare. And I'm gonna try out my new hammer.
Get him.
And I'm gonna swing it and smack. Roll. That's a 21.
That will hit.
Great.
It
So
kind of
that's 10
screams
damage.
out, and like one of the tentacles, like the thorny vines, goes flying off, hits the other side of the glass, but another one like comes out.
And then I'm gonna come back with my hand axe in the other hand and strike again, because now I get 2 attacks.
Hey.
And roll, and that's a 13, so I don't think that hits.
That one does
So-
not. One of the vines kind of grabs the back end of the warhammer. You're not quite used to it, and pulls
Yeah.
your arm out of the way as your hand axe misses.
And I rage, so I can't do a bonus action attempt to intimidate. So, but I'm totally gonna try next round. Oh wait, did my rage do anything? Does that give me?
Did you get bonus rage damage?
I gain advantage on strength checks, +2 on melee damage, so that 10 is actually a 12.
Perfect.
And I have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. So yeah,
Perfect.
that's all that does.
Okie dokie. Lelbeth.
Is there greenery here that is not alive that I could like attempt to hide behind?
Yeah, I would say, a lot of it still surprisingly is, but there are plenty of mounds of bushes and dried vines and
Okay, cool.
those sort of
Yeah,
things
so I'm
that
gonna-
look to be not a part of a creature that's going to kill you.
Yeah. I'm gonna use cunning action to go ahead and use the the hide action and try
Okay.
to avoid that, and then get as close as possible. Because I mean, it sounds like it's within range. I can
Yeah,
get
easy.
up to this vine creature,
Yep, absolutely.
and then I'm gonna attack it.
Hit it.
I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna get it. Oh, roll.
That just
This is
hits.
sneak attack damage too, correct?
Perfect. Yes. Yep, you are
Let me
hit
roll
it.
that too.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I almost did the damage to you. That's not who it's supposed to do it to. Okay. Oh boy. Y'all are hurting it. Hurting it real good. Okay. I kind of hear like a weird screeching noise as you stab into one of those kind of little bulbs growing off of it that just splatters into this like black goop, almost like a water balloon, after you've like hit into it, and falls off. You can see a whole section of its like stem kind of recoils away from that hit. As then our tree is just wriggling, trying to wriggle away. We're gonna do just a quick, I guess technically athletics against this guy who isn't it any action he has disadvantage on, or just attack action. For
Double check the exact wording of the spell. I believe it is the attack action,
Okay.
but let's see.
Is Mayfire sensibly staying back while all this is going on?
yes, yeah, very much
Okay.
is starting to kind of lose that happy haze and is very much in like a hangover of like, ow, what, oh my god, oh, this is terrifying, I'm gonna stay here but I'm gonna take notes.
Yeah,
It's like-
cutting down on that sucks. Yeah, it is attack rolls specifically.
So here it's just, it still has hold of this other tree, but is going to turn its attention towards Addie, I think.
Come get some.
Can I read this before I do this?
Are those thorns on your vines, or are you just happy to see me?
Just like spits weird things on you.
I've had worse.
Okay. What is this guy? Oh, perfect. Even better. It's going to swing one of its vines around from like the other side of it. It takes it off of this oak and swings around and is going to try and barb and grab hold of both Lelbeth and Addie in one swoop. So, let's see. So, it's going to roll up to 2 creatures. Piercing damage. And targets hit by must make a con save. Okay, so it's just smacking the crap out of you as it swipes with its like weird vine. Let me see if it will hit.
Why is it not a strength save?
Well, it doesn't matter. It didn't hit you.
It didn't hit me.
Ay, 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 ay. I'm gonna stop using VTTs so I can fudge rolls and actually hit you guys. Oh, lordy. Let's see. And I think that is 1. So then it's just grumpy about that. And it's going to just slash at you, Addie, as normal for its second attack action.
Let's go.
Roll. That one's better. Alrighty, and that is piercing as it kind of slashes you with the edge of its vine that is like almost one giant thorn.
Okay, so is it, since I have resistance to piercing because of rage, is it 2 or 3?
2. I think we
2?
round down.
Got it.
We'll round down.
It's fine. That's fine. So, 2 damage, and I'd just be like, ah! My girlfriend-ish person hits harder than you.
Spits again. Fully unsure what's happening. Linus, it is back to you.
Okie doke. I'm still not particularly amenable to cutting up with, what seems to be a fairly nice fella that might just be having a bad day today, you know? Oh, I just realized I know the spell Find Traps. Yikes. I will, I guess just swing at it twice again.
Okay.
Need to overcomplicate it, I suppose. Whack. Hey. Oh, goodness. It's terrible. Twice in a row.
Yeah, it's just as you're hitting at it, it's starting to kind of wriggle back and forth and move and kind of hits the back end of your scythe with one of its vines and is a little more noticing of what all's going on around them. Anything for your bonus?
Yes, I'll use my bonus action to command Simon to punch this creature.
Punch him. He can punch him.
Yeah. Oh wait, I actually am missing a D4 since me and Simon are level 5 now. There's another D4 of acid damage.
Oh, heck yeah.
So that's 6 damage total.
Alrighty. Okay. Then
And that's our turn.
it goes back to Derrin. Derrin, what would you like to do?
Let's see. Well, do I have any other? I don't think that'll work on it. I don't think that'll work on it either. So, yeah, let's just give it another vicious mockery. That seemed to work so well before. Let's do that.
Okay. Right,
well.
let's do this wisdom shave. Nope. It definitely fails, but
Yep.
it just
And
kind of
which-
cocks its head looking at you confused and then winces like it has a headache. Like,
Yep,
oh.
just keep talking circles around it. Eventually it'll die. Most things do if I talk at them enough. And yeah, we'll shout some words of encouragement over to Lelbeth, so that way she can also do
Perfecto.
things.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Addie first, then
Addie.
Lelbeth first.
sorry.
All right, you did.
Well, wait. Which of us has the higher dex?
Well, Addie has 13. Lelbeth has 9.
Oh, okay, got it.
Just Lelbeth has
okay.
new inspiration to use.
Oh, sweet.
So much inspiration.
So yeah, I am going to yell at this thing and attempt to intimidate it first. Or no, I'm gonna do that as my bonus action after I smack it twice.
Hit him.
I'm gonna.
Don't
As soon as I
go
get to the
get
right
'em.
page. 11 doesn't hit, but if I roll a d8, my d8 inspiration,
15.
that's a 15.
Just enough.
So that's 5 plus my 2 rage damage, so that's 7.
You swing, and it like should miss, but at the same time, it winces from Derrin talking at it so much that it winces into your hit. It's like,
Nice.
ow.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Whack. With my hand axe. That's a
Nice.
19.
That one will
for
hit.
10 damage.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to yell at it and attempt to intimidate it.
Okay. Let's see.
Because with this sweet weapon, I get advantage on intimidation.
Perfecto.
And I want to try it out.
Do it.
With advantage. Let's go. Dude, that's a nat 20.
That's real good.
That's real good.
That's real good. Even from its inside.
I'm super scary. Like, I make all the liquid in their body vibrate with my yell.
Yeah, you yell at it, and you see that, it had just kind of like winced, and it had this body. Y'all have gotten real good at reading body language of non-humanoid creatures after being around Simon for so long. It's a similar, like, little bit of a confusion to it. And you notice as you yell, it kind of recoils in some of its vines. And it lets loose of the tree that now kind of starts to get pulled away a little better from its grasp.
And then for my movement, I just want to move between it and the awoken tree thing.
Perfect. Yeah, you're able to kind of skirt around and get there. Okay.
That's my turn.
And now Lelbeth.
So, I I think largely at this point it's tried to hit me. Like, to get away from it, I'm gonna have to either disengage from it to try to hide again, and that's just not. I mean, that's not an effective way. Why do that? So,
Well, I think
she's
don't
just.
you also still get sneak attack if it's within 5 feet of your ally? Isn't that another sneak attack caveat?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, so I think you can still take advantage of that without
point taken.
hiding.
You're right. So, yeah, I'm gonna do that again then.
Okay.
Why not? Worked once, it'll work twice. Let's see.
Nice.
Love to see it.
Love to see it. Nice. So that's 12 total.
Total.
Perfecto. Yeah, you stab into it again, and it's already kind of recoiled some of its vines off and seem to be kind of looped into its large viney body. But a chunk of the back part of this like vine monstrosity working off of it now is completely separated, and you see it's like starting to cower back away after this intimidation and that heavy hit. The tree, do you have a bonus action you want to do?
No.
Perfect. Okay, then our tree buddy has now pulled itself away, and Gilgazzo seems to kind of be, touching parts of its bark that are all scuffed up and seem to be trying to do some sort of like healing, checking, making sure everything's okay. As this Vined Nightmare's turn happens, and I think they are just flinging another tentacle at Addie and Lelbeth again, and then it's going to retreat. So let me vine y'all real quick. Maybe. Nope. But I think then its second slash is gonna go to Lelbeth this time, since they just did the last ouchie, which is a 14.
At level 5, I got uncanny dodge, so I can half the damage against me.
Perfect. Well, it's a 14 to hit, which I don't know what your armor class is. It does. Okay, so it's just 6, so 3. But it is Mominosin. If the two of y'all, actually anyone, really, y'all are all within close enough range. But for sure, Lelbeth and Addie, y'all were hitting at it with a weapon. Can do an opportunity attack if you would like.
Heck yeah. Are you sad that I'm hitting it?
I said, uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
It came out, oh.
Well, let's hit it with my hammer. That's a 21.
Ooh, yep. And how you want to smush him, because this vine had exactly 9 HP left.
Oh.
Yay! So I'm just gonna grab one of the vines and be like, "You ain't going anywhere," and then pull it back towards myself, and then follow up with the hammer, just right up in the center of it, and just smash down, and then just smash again, and smash again. You dead yet? Good.
It splooshes into just black muck flying everywhere, and all is still and quiet. As you see Gilgazzo over there, like I said, kind of inspecting the tree that is now standing upright. its little
Also,
roots, his feet.
I love my new hammer. My new hammer is amazing. Makes me so happy.
You kind of look over as Gilgazzo places his hand on the side of this tree's trunk and closes his eyes. And he suddenly speaks out, but his voice sounds different than his normal voice. It is a kind of quiet, echoed whisper. As eyes closed, you hear him say, my friend, I missed you. He took you away. We were happy here together, tending the gardens, walking beneath the high arms. But he took you away. The Seekers came looking for you. They searched and destroyed with fury. Then they left. It was quiet and still once more under the high arms. I wandered. I searched for you, but I could not find you, and you did not return. I conserved the keep for a time, but the vines and ferns eventually began to take over. Sick things grew weeds. The winds changed over the high arms. The birds spoke of signs. Kind animals turned unkind. The Seekers returned, searching for you. They didn't flee. They moved past the keep, still searching. The whispered voice now grows a little anxious and trembling and continues. The Twilinda, I tried to tame it. It sought pain. It touched pain. Gilgazzo kind of breaks his connection and consoles the tree with a gentle pat. Oh, there, Aether. I do not expect you to relive that. Well done. Rest now. I'll find you in the North Gardens, and we will walk beneath the high arms once again. And the tree kind of does a little shake and starts to amble off, and he's like, well, it was a good idea for y'all to come with me. That is something I've learned. Thank you. Very, very much.
You know, there's strength in numbers, and glad you didn't have to deal with that by yourself.
Yes. I've been a lot of things, but a gardener, first time. I think I did a good job.
You were awesome.
Yes.
And I
Very
reached my hand down to give you a high five.
Well, it seems maybe we should hurry our visit. And keep an eye out for anything else we may not want to be privy to. It seems that people may still be looking for me, or at least the Aether, which is not good. Hurry now. Come on. And he continues his kind of like futzing about and goes through the house. Let's say for time's sake, anyone feel free to stop anywhere you wish. But as it kind of goes through the house, gathering some little books, little things here and there, you are shown a armory. You are shown a large bell tower. You also see that there is a training room of sorts. It definitely looks to be one more magically inclined. There's a library that he passes through and gathers some things, as well as a lookout tower, a kitchen, a mess hall, a pantry, and then a hall that is lined with different bedrooms. And then it seems to be some sort of barracks themselves that's a little more near the armory and the lookout tower. He'll also say, it's like, oh, there's a wine cellar as well. This just used to be a hopping place, a laboratory.
Hey, would you have like healing potions in your laboratory?
Oh, I'll go check. and see. That's for sure. But feel free to explore about. If you find anything too interesting, maybe just ask before you take it. I might have use for it. If anything's left.
I'm just looking for healing potions.
Okay. Let's see. So, yeah, you can kind of follow him down to the lab area, and you enter. This is kind of a large stone room. There's several long tables along the walls with shelves of books and cabinets and parchment kind of scattered in disarray that litter the table and spill down onto the floor. You see broken flasks, and they kind of crackle underfoot. You can see there's complex equations written in foreign symbols that kind of decorate an outstretched piece of canvas. And he kind of looks through things, moves some of the stuff, and he's like, well, I'm not seeing much here. Oh, wait. Let me see. This might still be good. And he like takes a little cork off and like licks the end of it. Nope. Nope, not that one. This one might be good. Let me stop playing this person. Hey. Oh, yeah, this seems to be a mighty fine one. If you want to take this.
Thanks.
You have a superior healing potion.
Ooh, sweet.
It seems most has been taken over or taken on somewhere else. Though, are any of you very keen in magic-y things? Wizards or able to know spells and such?
I mean, I can make water.
That's a part of your
We all can
biology,
do that.
though, correct?
Well, I mean, yeah, but also, Mayfire?
Yes.
Spells? You do spells.
Oh, I do very basic spells like thaumaturgy and this, and there's like little dancing lights.
Got it.
I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm just not very far yet.
Yeah, my sisters are the smart ones.
I do have some magical backing.
What
What did you have in mind?
Well, this is a spell that I have mastered, that's for sure. But it seems like if these the seekers that my friend Haith talked about are known by others as the Aleanders. Alieners. The pronunciation changes based on what part of the island you're from, but it's a sect dedicated to kind of consuming Aether and mastering the elemental energy. And he points to all these equations. I was trying to figure out how to do it without the Aether, but then that whew, don't do drugs, kids. But some got a little unstable, and some rumors of like murder and war and all those things that kind of come with it happened, and now there's some no good baddies. But the one thing for sure, if there's Aether, there's them. And so this scroll, well, it is a detect Aether of sorts, so it could be helpful if you need to find some, or you need to find some people that want it.
That might be useful. I don't know if I'll have a direct use for it, but I'm certain I can find somebody who will.
Here you go. Let's scroll. I think it's could be helpful. But I have one more stop, if y'all don't mind, and then we can make our way. And he kind of walks over to another table and whispers a few kind of quiet syllables as he moves one of the tables away from the wall, and a small trapdoor appears on the floor where it was not before. He opens it and kind of beckons for you to follow him and descends down this narrow passage. You see that this basement opens up into a large chamber draped in shadows, untouched for 1,000 years. Gilgazzo utters a command, and torches hanging all across the room flare up with light. Stairways carved into this Hayden-style ascend to multiple levels. A wardrobe contains rows of Gilgazzo's typical cut and color of robes you've seen him in. A shelf full of spices holds samples from all over regions of Aetherra. You've got Cinda from Crystal Lake, Skellen salt, Marsh of Arcus, radish pepper. Some spices come from areas much further away. Further along the garden path, a solitary lantern hangs on a long chain from the ceiling. Gilgazzo kind of lights the lantern, and it illuminates a large table with a indescribably, that's a C, detailed model of the city of Fano, complete with a surrounding pool to represent Crystal Lake. Okay. Well, this right here is Lake Bork Docks. You docked here, and then sailed across the lake to the bay, and he points out where that is at the far end of the model. Where only a small section of the Broken Top Bay Mountains seem to be replicated. He then points to the opposite end, also beyond the model's boundaries, and continues. Found me, we traveled to the keep. He goes silent for a moment. Shadows shift across the model from the barely swinging lantern. And now you want me back to Fano. And he kind of points to that and looks up like, yes? Am I following?
Pretty much. That's the...
Yeah, the
That's
general
where
idea.
that's where the ship's docked, right?
Uh,
'Cause we would need to go back to the ship to get the crew.
was it the crew that brought you to where I was?
Yes.
Oh, then they're still in the bay.
And also, there's like some weird stuff going on with like the waves being very rhythmic, like synchronized, and like, how would you describe it, Linus?
I mean, yeah, that's about it. There was a weird rhythm to the waves, and they say water has its own natural rhythm that it follows anyway. But this was a very, very timeable, not like a natural music, more like a metronome of some kind, if you could believe it.
Interesting.
And there was a fake ghost.
Yeah, there was
Oh,
a fake
yeah.
ghost. Like somebody cast an illusion or something, because it kept repeating itself.
Yeah, it was trying to tell me what to do, and I don't let ghosts do that. Not ever again.
True.
Well, you could see he kind of watches you, and a mischievous kind of flicker flashes across his eyes as you're explaining all of this.
I know that look. That is a younger sibling look.
Well, the city of Fano is wondrous. The dim light is beautiful, and in fact, throughout all of my travels across Aetherra, few have eclipsed the glory of this area, but especially this great island city, though. But you only see which is above. The real dazzler is what lies beneath. And he kind of flips this table that you see, kind of just rotates almost like a globe. And the section of the flooring kind of opens up a little bit, and you can see now as this is like opened up and he's kind of moved everything around. A long tube is now noticeable running from the center of the table to an enormous glass sphere with a tree growing inside of it. Several other glass orbs are connected to the main sphere, representing infrastructures, trees, hills, the whole thing sparkling blue and gold. Gilgazzo smiles at you as the platform kind of stops transforming. This. And he looks at you, Addie, too, like, wondering if you know any of what he's about to say. Is like, this is Chrysalia. And beneath a spectacular elven city, deep, 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 deep underwater, there is an untamed source glowing like an ember. He bends down and reaches underneath the glass orb and pulls out a small chest and waves his hand over and whispers a riddle. Then he opens the chest to reveal a sparkling blue powder, more brilliant than anything you've ever seen.
Yeah, I think Addie has a look on their face like they're trying to hold back tears.
You seem moved by this city, do you know its tales?
Some of them. Yeah.
Well, this is where I think all of the problems Fano is having could be resolved, Miss Mayfire. She's like, oh, we need to get back. We need to get to the library to more information to tell those that needed to be. And she's kind of like, like writing like little notes of this. He just kind of staring at this like blue powder in this chest. Closes it back, puts it in his pocket.
Is there a place on the map where my home was?
I would think, yeah, definitely. You would know, because, I mean, it's throughout this kind of, crystalline lake area. I would think your home definitely would not be as deep as this city is said to be.
Right.
Though, growing up down there, you've definitely heard the tales and would know of, like, oh, this magical city of fairy tales, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a real-time depiction of the area, or is it like a paper map?
It's a model, so not paper.
Okay,
but
it's a model.
do a quick either like survival-y kind of check as far as like, you know, look at a map, figuring out pinpointing.
I would love to do a survival check because I'm proficient in it.
Perfect.
So, yeah. It's a 15.
Awesome. You look, and if Gilgazzo's really been gone for 1,000 years, this place being abandoned for however many hundreds of years, this map should not be as complete as it is. Like, Fano did not look the way it looks. Like, it existed, but it definitely looks a little more accurate to than what should be here for 1,000-year gap. And
I have so many questions and there's not enough time.
Well, I will gladly answer anyone's questions we need to, because it seems like we are all the key to get everything we need done. You said you had a crew at the bay.
Yes.
Okay. I could maybe, seeing as we were able to get here through the trees, Haith may be able to connect, then we could maybe get word to them, because I don't know your timeline. Knowing that the Seekers were here recently, Mine has been moved up a little bit. But making it back to the bay, then across the bay, and then through the lake, and then all of this, if we even survive, seems a little time-wasting to me. But maybe we can get word to them to mosey on their way out of there, not to wait for you, if that helps.
If we can include that all of us are still alive in that message, that would be great. They may not move because they kind of needed us in order to get back. So we'll have to figure out how to get back to help them out or something.
Well, that is a conversation they can have. Awesome. Okay, well, I am going to go get a few things left. I will meet you out in the courtyard when y'all are ready to make your way out. I have quite the plan for us.
Cool.
I mean, I don't feel I need to stay around here much longer. Do the rest of you?
Okay. You kind of follow Gilgazzo back through and out into the courtyard, where you see him whispering instructions over to Haith, asking to send this message and a few other things. And you see him move to a nearby aqueduct. He flips a switch, and one of its branches, and the tree, sorry. The tree flips the switch with one of its branches, and you see the aqueduct split and the water pour into another spout. The water collects into a pool, then runs down a waterfall, turning a water wheel. Near one of the fruit cellars that you had passed throughout your journey, ropes slide off a canvas bulge tucked into the side of the wall. Soon, something peculiar takes form and rises a few feet off the ground. A balloon ship. The vessel is held aloft by 3 large canvas balloons tied together with a rope. Underneath, a sturdy woven basket contains enough space for a full complement of passengers. 4 wooden fans are fixed to the back, and 2 large framed leather wings span off the sides. The tree, Haith, scoops coal from a nearby scuttle and drops it into a stove compartment. The ropes and wheels begin to spin, and the whole contraption whirs and rattles to life. Gilgazzo motions for you all to climb aboard, to set sail back to Fano. I hope no one's afraid of heights. This is going to be rather fun, and I would hate for anyone to be anxious on this trip. Get to go back to the sky.
Addie's not going to say anything, but Addie is terrified of heights.
You all climb on board and take off into the sky. And I think that puts us about in our half. Let's take a quick break as our party flies towards Fano and towards whatever it is Gilgazzo and Mayfire and Fawn and the party have in store. Spence, are we doing giveaway during break? What's our vibe?
Yes, we are. The giveaway has been opened, so if you are interested in winning the adorable weaver that I showed earlier, it is well, let me turn on a camera and then I can make the thing happen. 2 seconds. There we go. Look at this baby.
Look at that
Look at this baby. It's so cute. It's adorable. It's got giant blue eyes. So if you would like to win this adorable little critter made for you by us, the Fibermancers for Hire, go ahead and enter Weaverling, that is ! Weaverling, into the chat for a chance to win. Cast, you are also able to enter this contest. So, if you would like to win this cutie, this is the 3rd of 4 giveaways. So,
get on it. Love it. All right, guys, put that in the chat, and then we will be back in like 15-ish minutes to see what goes down next. Be right back, y'all.
Bye.
see the gloom written on your downtrodden faces. Our precious city quivers with fear. I cast blame upon the vile Merkwa that stains our docks violet and plagues the hulls of our ships. Its foul tendrils corrupt the good creatures of this land and vex our citizens. But what of us, the Eshams? We are mighty!
Hello, we are back, everybody. We're back. And I get to roll dice, I
Now,
think, is what's
You
been
do.
said.
Let's close the giveaway. So roll a d6. Evens is going to be one entry, and odds is going to be the other.
What you feeling, Marlo? You like even? You like odd?
Odd. I'm always odd.
All right. Hey, good too, because we got a 3.
Alrighty.
You get the little
Marlo.
baby.
You get
Yeah.
a little weaver, and so I will get your contact information for that after this stream. If you still want to enter when Shadowrun has their finale, and I think it's 2 weeks. Is it 1 week or
The
2 weeks for
last Friday of July.
So the last Friday of July.
Is that 2 weeks, 3
will be
weeks
the
from now?
last giveaway of the Weaverlings. So you still have an opportunity to win. Just saying.
Heck yeah. Alrighty. So, you all start to take off. Rising up above the trees, just a little section. It's a little tight in some spots, but you notice as the branches get closer and closer and you think they're gonna like poke these balloons, they just seem to move away for you. And you'll just rise up out of the tree line and over the dim light, which as far as you can see in either direction, any direction, is just deep, dark, autumn-colored trees. And you set off as Gilgazzo is just going on and on and on and on about all the places that he used to frequent in Fano. And, oh, I sure hope that this place is still open. And there was one night, me and my friend, we were out, we were having a little thing. And he's just going on and on, like, very eager to have a night out that doesn't feel manufactured. Like, is super excited to get out and about and back. And after a good like couple hours of flying, y'all start to see the lake again. And also kind of like leans over as y'all get closer, and he's pointing out different little bits and things. And I'll tell you too, Addie, at one point in time, as y'all are flying over and get to the lake itself, Gilgazzo kind of nudges you and points down, and you see that coming out of a water cave, not through the bay, a very familiar ship and mast. He said that she heard of some secret paths that didn't involve going through the bay, so your friends should be able to meet us back soon. Well, we'll be quicker than them, but still.
That Addie looks super pale and is like, "That's a relief," and goes back under below deck.
No, someone doesn't like flying. Well, anyway, I'm very thankful, one, terrified of what could be coming, and if those who are as dangerous as Mayfire has told me. Apparently y'all had a fight to the death at a bookshop over this information, so I'm sure they're not going to be very happy, but very thankful.
Yeah, but you gotta be able to do what you want to in this life, so
Yes.
had to make the change at some point. Can't just sit in there the whole time.
That is what I was saying for years and years and years and years and years. I'm glad you understand, and thank you very much for helping me, all of you.
Oh, hey, yeah, I'm all about it. Always want to help out people in need. And hopefully, when we get back, maybe you can ask one of your super smart, magic-y friends if they know where I can take this guy back to.
Well, I'm sure someone more traveled than I am will definitely know. Said, I lived a lot of my life partying in these streets, so I have not myself. But I'm sure there's someone out there that knows. Someone always has the information you need. You just have to ask.
Yep, just gotta find him and know how to ask. What part are you most excited about for getting back into, the world?
Oh, there's this place. I don't remember. It was in Barrybrawn Lane, which is kind of the heart of the more vice district of town. It was
Oh,
very fun. And there was this one bar. It was like one of those little hole in the walls. It never really had a name. You just called it the bar, and you would go. And nothing was not allowed there. That is for sure. And there were always interesting characters about. And I had some friends that were of the more high collar, they were important. So this was like our way to get away and no one of importance could see us,
Oh, sure. Sometimes you
Everybody
just
needs
want to get away with it all. That's
No,
what's
I
great
need
about
it.
living on a farm. We're already removed from everything.
get away with it all and get away from it all.
Yeah, I don't think a farm would have quite the allure for me. Though, I mean, I understand it enough. I did, get a fucking castle in the middle of a forest that no one knows how to traverse. So, I feel ya. But I would need my balloon.
That's fair.
Do you think that bar still exists after all this time?
We have to go find out, right? Like, what if it's still there?
I think we do.
I think we have to find out if it's still there. We first, could we go maybe to like the library? Be far. There is plenty of time for vices and virtue. We'll make it happen. Don't worry. I owe you my life and a drink. Anyway.
One of those is more expensive than the other.
I have the feeling if you manage to save the city, you're the one who's never going to need to pay for a drink there.
You're right. I've never even thought of it that way.
You gotta be enterprising about these sorts of things. Take the free drinks where you can get them.
Oh my! I don't think I have any money. I didn't need it. I didn't grab it. I didn't see it. They took my goddamn money.
Money, even conceptually, is more a byproduct of the capitalist system that people try to force us to adhere to. I find that by, essentially disavowing their bohemian belief structures, you could find yourself in a much more fulfilling position.
Yes, but it does work as a medium of transferring one's labor into other goods and services without having to negotiate in serious barter, though that does take into account the fact that we are losing our sense of community and self. So, pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
Can y'all make that exact argument when I try to buy a drink and they turn me away because I don't have any silver? It'll confuse them long enough I can grab it and run.
Yeah, probably.
Wonderful.
Yeah, wouldn't be the first time.
Well, Yeah, well, I guess I better fly this damn thing. And he kind of starts to turn a small wheel attached to a rope, the gear to this fin, and the balloon kind of begins to descend as now you'll see the island growing closer and closer. Let me switch our view here as we lower ourselves into the city. Sprawling docks crowded with houses balance the rippling waves of the lake and sit precariously on stilts over the rippling waves of the lake. Ahead of the island's southwest corner, the balloon barge slows and descends even further as you're flying down over the top of a lively street. Oh, it looks just as fun as I remembered. Lanterns hang above, dangling down from ropes that stretch across the forest. Giant evergreens blanket the neighborhood in the dim shadows. The barge hovers near a river, cutting through Fano, before landing in the center of the circle of lanterns. As the fans and the windwheels flutter to a stop, several beautifully cloaked servants make haste towards the ship and welcome you to Avis, Eveas, the premier gambling house in all of Fano. I'm not saying we have to stop now, we'll take care of this. Okay, Gilgazzo gathers things.
Sweet land. I never thought I would like land so much.
Oh, are you not a fan of the heights?
I didn't realize I wasn't a fan of heights until we were on the heights. And now I don't ever want to do it again. Nope. Give me the depths of the sea or give me death.
You know, one time, a Brachiosaurus wandered next to the farm, and when I was trying to help that guy out, oh boy, we ended up going real high trying to deal with him that one time. That was a while ago.
Yeah, nope.
I don't know how he's doing.
Nope. I'm good. Was it maybe the one that attacked me when we were in the bay?
No, that's just why I recognized it.
Ah.
Seen it on the farm before.
Gotcha.
So they have those things like that on land too. Absolutely.
No, it was in the water. The farm's right next to a big lake.
Oh.
Well, technically it's a lock, it's not a lake, but that type of thing is just pedantic.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyways, you said something about a gambling establishment.
That's here, and it looks to still be going. This must be this state. Probably the oldest place in the oldest continuously running. I bet they have a plaque. Anyway, I noticed this seemed to still be quite rambunctious, and I didn't notice very many balloons. There were a few, so they'll think we're VIPs because we landed here in a balloon.
I'm very important. Oh. This is sorely tempting, very fascinating. Would love to take you up on the rest of that proposal. But I think we're still on the clock.
Oh, yes. No, I just mean in a way of, they will watch the balloon very carefully because we're going to come back and spend money in their establishment.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know where else to park. Honestly, it was either here or on top of the roof of other buildings.
No.
And I figured this was safer. Yeah.
Much better.
But
yes, we're obviously going to spend a lot of money here.
and an elf lady kind of walks up all dressed up. She's like, "Hello, yes, I am Sir
Buford von Hortense, the Fifth.
That. Next time, do not make me wait as long to introduce myself. Anyway, I am here to spend money in your establishment. Eventually, first, I would like to walk around, but please. Watch my balloon." He flicks his beard and walks off. The lady's just like, Okay, yeah. Have fun, Mr. Sir.
Of course.
I give her a gold as we pass, or 10 silver.
Thank you.
I was actually going to slip her a small purse of gold just to sell the...
Thank you. We will keep very good care of your balloon here, and we'll have the pit house prepared immediately.
Very good, yes. Sir Buford is most insistent on these affairs being taken care of. In the meantime, we'll be in the city.
Enjoy your stay.
Of course. Like, bow and flick, and he'll be off after Gilgazzo.
You follow as you walk through this den that has all sorts of different games, gambling, fight rings, drinking, dancing, all sorts of nonsense going on down into Berrybrawn Lane that teems with vibrant, spirited folks of all kinds celebrating under the glittering luminescence with wild showmanship and inebriated fun. See gold-inspired gambling houses like the one you're in, themed taverns, exotic theaters line both sides of this fabled road. Further on, an inn advertises steaming hot spring waterfalls pouring into pools where guests can lounge and drink. Gilgazzo turns his nose up at that. He's had enough of it. A huge glass dome looms in the distance, complete with indoor gardens where multicolored fireflies put on a dazzling show. Bouncers guard secure doors tucked away in dimly lit alleys, while a ferry boat in the river hosts a dancing party so wild that the ship risks capsizing. However, behind the facade of opalescence, you can see the realities of the poverty, lawlessness, and the weathered infrastructure that kind of fester under the backdrop of these lights and parties and faint little patch jobs. But Gilgazzo walks on as if this is the most beautiful thing he has ever seen. He shakes hands with people just in the street, just stops them and says, "Nice to meet you," just to freaking touch other people that are not under some odd mind control, dances along with street musicians or anyone dancing in the streets for a bit, continues, takes note, just kind of looks back to like Mayfire, who's been just writing everything that's happened since y'all have found Gilgazzo, and is like, "Remind me, I want to go there. I don't know what happy hour is, but I want to learn. It sounds fun." And just like he continues on as you all follow him, making quite the plan for what his night out on the town is going to be. You continue through for a good bit of this street, heading further in and in the direction that Mayfire kind of like points, like, we gotta go this way, like the library's over here, and kind of dive and weave through the door. Or through the streets. Then you see Gilgazzo kind of pause in the street. He's a good bit away in front of y'all. But as you catch up, it seems you're passing the Porridge Bowl Theater, a round cobblestone building surrounded by tall arborvitae? I'm guessing that's some sort of plant. That's a new word for me. The faint voices of a performer reciting the lyrics of a play seep through the cracked open door. At first, the words are mumbled and indescribable, but a final push of the last stanza rings out, and you hear, "He walked among us, not looked down on us. He offered us his hand, a high elf with the highest selfless mark into this land. Oh, when the twilight form came to him, seething for its teal, of loyalty till death sustained, no words he gave to steal. What trembles and what gloom to grow so dizzy and opaque. Unto his breath, the last, the labored, never did he break. You see Gilgazzo pulls a playbill off of the theater's attraction board, his hand trembling. The playbill has the title of their current performance, The Echo of the Gods. It proceeds to state that all proceeds will benefit the upkeep of Orin's Memorial, the Glass Moon Dome. Gilgazzo kind of looks up towards this glass dome that still kind of towers over everything in the street. You see his eyes are a little misty, and he's lost in thought. And then he just kind of snaps and points down the street and looks back at y'all. Oh, we must go there. And he takes off in that direction at a much quickened pace.
Right, then, off we go.
Guess he's a patron of the arts.
Or it's something that he remembers.
Quick detour. He is very fast. Oh no. Mayfire's just fretting. You follow. He's fast. He's fast and spry. And you're dipping through, diving, weaving through these crowds of people until you get to this dome. And you walk in. Gilgazzo's kind of slowed a bit and is taking in the view. And you'll kind of follow. And the entire structure consists of geodesic panes of teal glass that arc towards the sky. A lush garden full of rare and exotic flora flutters to the sound of birds. The smell of mist and crisp leaves hang heavy in the air. The colors of the foliage fall across the spectrum of crimson and orange and amber, very autumn-like. You notice it seems to be honoring the nature and the hues of the dim light that you just left. Wisps of cotton float throughout the space in a slow, gauzy motion. Pathways curve through the garden displays, and a crystal blue stream braids across the pavilion. Small white marble bridges lit with blue flame torches arch over the bubbling waters, and at the heart of this glass moon dome, a centerpiece of beautiful and rare verdure looms over the whole memorial. Breaking through the gold and emerald leaves stands a white stone statue of a tall elf, mighty in appearance, with one hand covering his mouth and the other outstretched as if keeping evil at bay. Gilgazzo kind of fixates on the statue. He nearly floats across the room as you see he's so lost in kind of thought and just kind of drawn towards it. He kneels before this great sleep of Orin, the cenotaph of this mysterious and chronicled figure. With a trembling hand, you see Gilgazzo reaches into his cloak, and he slowly pulls something out and gently places it upon the rim of the fountain. When his hand retreats back to his chest, you see the object, a wooden hand-carved spoon. And he just kind of dips his head and stays there, kneeled for a bit. Music got loud.
Does anybody understand why you put a spoon there?
Nope.
I was gonna ask, but I thought maybe it's rude.
Not a jot, and it's probably significant.
I really want to know, though.
Something to ask about over the drinks later, maybe.
Oh, maybe. Good.
Everyone do just a general perception check for me here while you're taking in the sights and watching Gilgazzo.
That is a 24, friend.
Beautiful.
Only beat by Derrin with a 25.
Okay.
Something has me on edge.
You all are kind of looking, and I would say, especially with Derrin and Linus, you recognize that this is neither of y'all super familiar with the local history or anything, but obviously this is somewhat of importance, and obviously it's somewhat of importance from many years ago. An elf, so, could have lived the 1,000 years between Gilgazzo being here and now, but has died in some way, needing this memorial. And you are kind of looking and reading as you notice, everyone except for Lelbeth notices a slight shadow kind of cross over, like something over the dome, over the statue. You three look up with enough time that you get to make a dexterity saving throw. As high above, atop, the glass shatters down of this dome. Let me see how we all end before I explain what is jumping down. So, if Linus and Addie can also give me a dexterity saving throw.
We just had to verify I have advantage on dex saves through one of my feats.
Beautiful.
So I wanted to make sure that I can do it, and I can. So 17 for me.
Wow, 6 for me.
Okay. Alright, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So both... Oh, also, whoever had been hurt from the last Addie, were you the only one that got hit?
I believe so.
Yeah.
You can, roll your hit die to get back up if you'd like on the short rest that would have been your travel.
For some reason, I'm back at 55, and I didn't do it, so...
That's fine.
Sure.
You feasibly had the reason to do it.
Yeah.
But both Linus and Lelbeth, you are peppered with shattered glass as you kind of back up. Derrin and Addie able to jump back enough to avoid this shower. As you see, coming through this opening in the dome, forced opening in the dome, a hellish figure slumps over the jagged, he smashes, looks over this jagged rim, and plummets down. Time seems to stand still, and the only sound is the rippling of tattered robes whipping in the wind. I'm going to go ahead and turn on our more intense music. This one works. I did this one right.
Double combat.
Yes. It falls in a lifeless tumble like a rag doll thrown over a bridge. Below, the stone floor breaks its fall with a sickening thud, and the pile of mangled clothing lays still. Gilgazzo kind of jumps up and scurries over to where y'all are. Immediately after, it is joined by a massive black bird, large as an orc, descending from the fractured hole in the dome. The dreadful span of its shredded wings flutter desperately, and its feathers are alit in blue flame and shudder in the wind like thundering sails. Its round, glossy eyes sit above a mangled beak crusted with dried blood. The crow stares ahead with a dead gaze as it hovers over. You hear Gilgazzo whisper, little catch in his breath. Osaya Fawn. Osiaphon. The crow stares at it, poised at its every command. The silence is broken by sniffling and hushed weeping as the deformed mound begins to tremble. You can hear its bones crack as its contorted fingers extend from beneath the robe's filthy sleeves and claw at the cold ground. In an instant, this hideous being springs to life and erupts in anguished sobs. The sound evolves into high-pitched guttural shrieking. You see these lacerated limbs protrude out from the tatters in this robe, and the gashes ooze with this blue pus. Two soulless eyes dimly peer from under the darkness of its hood, and its awful wailing finally ceases. A deafening silence fills the dome for a moment before it lets out a wicked screech, its eyes set on Gilgazzo. Everybody roll initiative if you have not already, as I throw in what we have here.
Poor Gilgazzo.
My HP is whack, so I'm gonna fix that. Just FYI, everybody, when you see it, be like heal like a bunch. I don't know why it's so low.
Wait. Though I clicked the wrong things. Hold on. I have to make the screen bigger so I can see all of my things.
By the way, folks, if you like what you are seeing, you can do Command Alchemy and get the link to Alchemy RPG, which has this particular module in it. And we are skipping several things in the module since this is a limited campaign. But as we've stated, the ambiance is freaking cool. There are narrated voiceover lore drops at occasion. It's super cool.
Okay, so real quick.
Also, when did I become the Sam Riegel of this?
Yeah, thank you for the ad.
Ad corner with Moon.
Yes. So, you see, as all of this is going on, Gilgazzo, this guy's looking at him. Gilgazzo kind of moves over to y'all, and then with a strident purpose and unparalleled precision, he opens out the leather satchel that y'all had saw him retrieve from that box in the keep, and quickly opens it. The Osiaphon recoils as if knocked back by a wave of heat. It trembles uncontrollably with hunger as it readies its feverish body. Quick as a fox, though, Gilgazzo lowers his face to the satchel and inhales deeply. A hot, crackling sound sizzles out into the air like a glass furnace. Golden powder disperses over Gilgazzo's head, and as he deeply inhales, as if it's his very last breath, his lips turn purple, his face goes pale. A bluish rush instantly spreads throughout his bloodstream, glowing beneath his skin. His eyes burn with an indigo flame, and the markings etched into his arms and shoulders and neck blaze with electric blue. Gilgazzo starts to levitate off of the floor, and his entire body, infused with this aether, shimmers with iridescence. He shines brighter than the stars. The one true Aleander, the celestial vessel, the sacred azure incarnate. You've heard stories. Anyone else that did this much Aether has turned into these monstrous creatures, but he is somehow containing this. As he looks over to y'all and begins to ready up some sort of spell or attack towards these creatures. And just kind of like, let's go! He looks over to y'all. Derrin, you are up first. As you see this large crow and this unusual figure in front of you.
Mm-hmm. And so he has drawn his rapier, glimmering in this magical light, catching on the worked and enchanted metal, and it reflects the light back in this coruscating, just brilliance. And he points it at the creatures, and he just goes, "No!" and shouts and casts Shatter.
Yes.
Because that's the right thing to do here, right? I hear Shatter's a good spell.
It's a wonderful spell.
Blam.
Nice. Alrighty. One moment. This is what I want. This is what I want. For y'all in chat, there's Gilgazzo up a little bigger. There's your bad guy up a little bigger. And then the birdie is just Scary Birdie. Okay, so we need to make a DC 15 con save. Let's do this guy first. Oh, I keep rolling past con. Is this it? Yes. Alright. Our main baddie just passes. While... Oh, nope. How fitting that for some reason when I clicked on the crow, it immediately went to the equipment page. So it was like all the monies, little coins.
All shinies.
So many shinies. I was like, oh, yes. And then save. Our bird does not. So the crow lets out in a nearly equal volume screech. More of the glass from the dome above kind of rains down on y'all. As it starts shaking its head like violently to this noise, messing with its little birdie senses.
Start moving away from Gilgazzo a bit to kind of draw their attention, at least until somebody else does so.
Perfect.
Ooh, bonus action. Let's throw inspiration. I believe Lelbeth is up next, so
Alrighty.
she can have it to start.
I take it.
Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah.
It is your turn.
Is there sufficient things around that I could try to like hide? That's my intent. I want to hide.
Yeah. Plants, buildings, or like statues, walls, those sort of things.
So, I think she edges over behind a wall, maybe like a half wall. Mm-hmm. But like on normal circumstances, this would be like something you would still see the top half of somebody. But instead, you don't see her because she's small. So she just kind of like runs over there and ducks behind it to hide, and is gonna try to come up and wake her way around over Oshifon. Was that the name? Oshifon?
I gotta look at it to say it. Osiaphon. So that's her intent. She's heading for Osiaphon. She's gonna hit that sneak attack. Oh, here's the pronunciation. Let's see if he's on here. Osiaphon.
Like Sia, the artist.
Yes. We gonna hit that sneak attack. Can I reach them? No.
Yeah. We're
Okay.
all within a run-in range.
Yeah, she's gonna run up and stab with a dagger.
Perfect.
Dagger stab.
Okay, let's
And we hit that
see.
sneak attack.
That unfortunately misses him.
Wah.
You stab in
Wow.
and you get nothing but
Inspiration.
cloth.
I do have inspiration. Let's do it again. No.
Awesome. Okay, anything else?
No, that's it. I think she tries to stab at, she just kind of swipes and then, like, hits cloak and not body, maybe. And she's like, God damn it.
There's just so much going on. The crow is still screeching as it starts to lumber over towards you, Derrin. It is going to... Let me make sure.
That's right. Come at me, you little shitbird.
I think it starts to kind of like fly a bit. Not like getting too terribly far away, but kind of getting up in the air as it's confused a bit. And then it is going to... You see, as it screams, it starts to kind of like hack a little, like almost like it's choking. As then all of a sudden, an eruption of bile just comes shooting towards you, Derrin.
Oh, this is not what I signed up for.
That is an 18 to hit.
18. I'm gonna spend a reaction and cut some words here.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and... That is not enough, unfortunately. That only reduces it by 2.
Okay.
Ugh. Disgusting.
All right. So all of you notice that you're probably saved by the fact that Derrin did the shatter and tried to pull the attention farther and farther away, because this area that this bile seems to be hitting is, you know, if I was to put it on like a scale, like 15 feet radius about, or area. So him scooting away has definitely helped. Oh, you can also make a dexterity saving throw, Derrin, first to see if you can take half damage.
Ooh, I would very much like that. Let's see. Dex. Saving throw? No, I am not taking
Nope.
half damage.
Yep, full damage for you. It is poison damage, if that matters for you at all in a particular way.
I wish. But
Okay. Alrighty. Then it goes to Addie.
So that poor bird sounds like it's in a lot of pain.
It's flying, probably, we'll say, within arm's reach now, but it seems like it's going up higher. If you do want to run in.
So I have a speed of 40 feet.
Okay.
So I'm going to run up to it and jump on its back.
Ooh! Do a quick athletics for me, please.
Happily.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm gonna use my inspiration for that.
Do it. Yeah, so remember, now Lelbeth has one still,
Really?
GM
11.
inspiration. You also still have the bardic, but, okay, well, that's fine. With the 11, you are able to run up and grab hold. You're not able to get, like, fully on it with the trajectory of how up it was going, but you're kind of, like, hanging on the, like, bottom half of it, and it is starting to pull it down. It does not seem heavy enough to probably be able to continue to carry you very much. Like, it can't go higher, so you're slowing it from leaving.
So I'm gonna take my nasty hammer, whose name I can't say, but it's like B.A. Fitch or something like that.
Is it on here? No,
And
it's not in my pronunciation guide. I don't know either.
I'm gonna try to smack. I'm assuming I'm like holding on to its tail feathers. Like, to the base of its tail feathers, and so I'm gonna take my hammer up and I'm gonna smack it in what I guess is the pelvic bone.
Sure. Bird anatomy.
Hang on. Can I yell and do my rage first before I hit it?
Yes, fully.
Alright, cool. Sweet. So then I smack it with the thing. Attack. Roll. That sucked.
That does
but
not
I get a second attack.
Hit it.
I will. That
Ooh, is a nat
20.
So that's
so that is 14.
Holy
plus
shit.
2, so 16 points of damage.
Doubled. How do you want to kill this bird?
Are you sure that's doubled?
If it's a crit damage. Did it already do it? I don't think.
Yeah, because it did. It did
do 7 and then 6 and then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It does auto roll.
So,
hey, how cool is that? It auto rolls.
Yeah, but it add 2 to that because it's actually 16. So.
Cool. Okay, then it is not. That is not super dead like that would have been.
It's not super dead, but it's hurting, and I probably broke its spine.
Yep. It is. You are now both on the ground. It just fell down. Stop flying fully with that hit.
Yeah. And I bet it's in its own poison.
Oh, for sure, just laying in it. Anything else? That was bonus move.
2 hits and the move. Yeah, that's
cool.
it. That's it. But I'm gonna be like, ha!
So then it turns to the Osea Fawn that will, let's see what this does. Oh wait, I need info on this action. So the creature here, I mean, all of you are kind of within this area, so you're all seeing this as actually I would allow to say that Derrin and Addie are dealing with the bird more than anything. So for sure, Linus, Gilgazzo, Lelbeth taking in this scene. The Asiaphon, you can see he kind of dips its head down and pulls off a mask. It kind of looks like just ripping weird skin bits off this face, revealing a very twisted, grotesque face underneath that is a lot of cartilage and muscle and black ooze and just horrifying. I need you all to please make a wisdom save. Yeah, there you go. Let's do.
My rolls suck today.
Let me put it up. Ooh, so does Gilgazzo's. That's not good. So, all, no, not all. Linus, you are good. It's creepy. It's not fun to look at by any means. But you are not as concerned about it as Lelbeth. You're up close and personal because you just tried to stab it directly. And you're just looking up this creature that probably stands a good like 6'6" now as it's like continue to raise up, and you can hear the cracking of the bones and everything as it like shifts and reforms, and you look up into this, and it sends sheer terror into your soul, and you, my friend, are frightened of this creature. Until its next turn. You can make a saving throw. Oh, no, I lied. You were frightened of him until this next turn. Linus, you are now immune to this hideous visage for the next 24 hours. So if he does it again, it doesn't bother you. Gilgazzo, also very taken aback by this. Then it'll go to Linus.
Linus is going to take a deep breath and look over at the crow, actually. And, no. Linus will let other people handle that. He will, however, look at this big fella and fire 2 arrows at it.
Do it.
Because that's nice and simple. I'm having Simon give me advantage on the first one. Sorry,
Perfect.
I should have said that out loud.
That's fine.
And then the second one's a natural 20.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Oh, god dang. Let's do some damage to this guy.
Bringing the heat for this last fight. I love it, everybody.
Yes. So, let's see. So that is -5, and then -13. So, kind of like rips the skin mask face off, and you just shoot 2 arrows off, like one of them just right into his neck, the other into his hand, making him kind of drop that piece of flesh and stuff that is like hit the ground. You see it almost like turns to like liquid sludge as soon as it kind of hits the ground.
As that happens, Linus is gonna go, ugh. I don't want to be mean, but you're kind of gross, bud. And then I'll just knock 2 more arrows.
You hear... It's weird. It's echoey and distant, but yet you know it's coming from him, just like pained breathing and this sobbing, crying sound that seems to be emanating from somewhere inside of this creature and fills the room in response. Up next, we have Gilgazzo, who currently also scared of the OCF on being, he is fully and looked like he was about to come in and like bow up to him, but instead slows it up a bit. And he is going to probably shoot off He's gonna shoot off his Soul of Flame. You saw him kind of already conjuring it. And it's just this bright blue, almost fireball looking spell that is happening. And you can see that all of the line, like the etchings kind of in his skin that are glowing, just the blue, like, magic and energy coursing through and coalescing into this ball in his hands. And he shoots them out, one at the creature, one at the bird. Let me do the bird first, because that's going to be a normal one, because he's not scared of it. Still not great. And then he's going to shoot the other one at disadvantage, since he's frightened. Also not great. A 1 and a 2. How fun for him.
I mean, to be fair, it's the better part of a millennia he's been out of this, so a little rusty.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things, like, it still looks badass, but it's almost like when these, like, flames shot out, they lost some of their oomph. You know, they looked like this ball that then kind of dissipated by the time it reached its target, and you could see him kind of like furrow his brows and start to like focus in again on trying to do another spell with a little more conviction this time. And Derrin, it is up to you.
Very good.
We gotta bless your virtual dice, Tay.
I know. Look, I roll great as a player. My GMs get pissed at me because of how well I roll as a player, and this is just my karma. As a GM,
Yeah.
I can't roll.
It is how it is. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and step forward and flick out that rapier and see if I can't finish this bird off.
Get 'em.
Is it distraction?
Technically is prone because Addie brought him down, so that will give you advantage with your melee weapon.
Yes, I like the. It's a 19
It's
to hit.
19. It is a wing is gone, but it is barely holding on. So
Yeah, he just kind of looks down at it with a not a little bit of disgust as he's like dripping from the bile that it shot out. And just, Lelbeth, come on, you can do this. You're better than what you have been able to do. Step forward and put this thing to rest, and we're gonna give her a little more inspiration.
Nice. So now you got a bardic, which is a D8 at this level.
It is a D8.
Perfect. Alrighty. Well, Beth, your turn.
She is still taken in by this visage, and she's stabbing sort of blindly.
Yeah, you can hit him with disadvantage. Damn, girl. All right. Go, Lelbeth. Yeah, you're just like wildly stabbing, and you can feel it catch and like the rip of like some sort of like cartilage in a leg somewhere.
Yeah.
It's just like panic. Oh, there I can just hit my vitals. Love it. Awesome.
Nobody is within 5 feet of me or anything, though, right?
I don't know how close Linus has been shooting, so probably not. Everyone's still close, like within a turn, movement away, but probably not right up next to you.
I'll be there soon.
Yeah, I think that's it. Then.
Beautiful. Okay. Then that goes to this crow that is with its last just ditch effort. Gonna shoot some more bile all over Derrin and Addie.
But will it really, though? Because I'm behind it?
It's a 15-foot like area that it will like affect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just like turbo exorcists all over us. Ugh.
It's a bird, its head just spins. But it's like a
it's something
sprinkler.
I
It's
can
like
see.
yeah, oh
It's
yeah,
something
you
I
can
can
feel
see,
it
so
prepping.
I get advantage on this thing.
Beautiful.
And it's a save, not a check.
Let me double check. I already forgot. I think I roll, but you get a deck save because it does have a roll associated with it still.
Okay.
It's like it rolls to see if it actually hits, and then we get an additional save against the damage, which is interesting.
And it may just be a save, but how it's put in here, it still prompts me to roll to hit. So I'm just gonna go with that.
I don't know why it did the roll. I did not mean to do the roll.
You're good.
And that was a disadvantage. So.
All right. Well, it's a general 13, as it is spraying.
That's a miss.
It just shoots over y'all. It's like a sprinkler that's broken. I'm just shooting in one spot.
Okay. I'm gonna smack it in the head.
Smack it in the head.
Okay. Let's roll. Yeah.
Yeah, how you
Yeah,
want to put this
and I'm
bird out
still
of his
raging.
misery?
I'm just gonna walk up its spine to its head and just be like, this will be very quick. Whack! And just like crush its head.
Beautiful. It.
And then I will turn around and point at the Osea and say, "You're not!" Because I get another attack.
Heck yeah.
So I'm gonna run up and smack him if he's within 40 feet of me.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. So, rawr. Yeah, that's a 20.
Nice.
I'm still raging.
Nice.
And that's 11. That's 13 damage.
Awesome.
Bonus action frenzy.
Nice.
And so I hit with the axe. That doesn't hit.
That does not
But I
hit.
still hit him with the first one.
Yeah, you hit him real good. Hit him real good. Let me... That guy's dead. Go away. Thank you. Alrighty.
Poor bird.
Poor bird. I just didn't stand a chance. Okay. This freaking thing. Let me read what this does. It's got fancy named actions. I think as seeing all of you kind of focusing in on it, it'll kind of flick one of its arms and move his cape, and when he does, you see a burst of shadows just come floating out of this cape. You see one Lelbeth as the fear kind of starts to fade from you take form next to you. It's about your height, your build, but it's just solid black shadow. Linus, you see another one form up next to the Osea that's the same height. You can see some little shadow trailing off that resembles your hair and a shadowy bow in its hand. And then, Addie, you were the last one to hit him. I'll say there's one that you catch a little bit of a shadow behind you and you turn around as a similar height shadow stands, two giant weapons in their hand. And they are all going to attack. Wee.
Hooray.
Does this still...
It's
Here, I have
Linus.
to practice and see what this does. That doesn't
I like to think that
actually
evil Linus is
roll,
kind of
though.
like Dinkelberg from Fairly Odd Parents.
You're
where he's
right.
like a very benign villain.
Yes. Oh, I technically rolled...
It's like if Shadow Link just wanted to go and mow the lawn, pretty much.
Exactly.
Since I rolled 5, I hit over. I see this roll now is to see how many did. We'll just say each of you all have a shadowy form next to you. Derrin, you see a hatted figure, and then levitating right near Gilgazzo, another figure. All weird, dark, shadowy things. I think I have the ability.
Is it like magic where they have summoning sickness and so they can't hit on their once they're summoned?
Let's
Lord,
see.
don't I wish.
Is this what I'm looking for? I'm gonna say so, since I cannot find what I need for them currently. They're chilling. Get ready. They'll hit at some point. Let me. There it is. Let's see. Appears next to them. Okay, it does. Okay, so I found it. I found what I needed. So, all of you see these creatures, shadows, these corrupted forms of you kind of take place. And after a second, they all seem to move into you. Or you see like a ghost would like walk through. You see the shadow kind of pass over you. And you're kind of looking at your arms and stuff. And it's almost like you can see the shadow just hanging there, mimicking kind of what you do. Linus, it's your turn.
Cool. So you said they pass through us. Do they like return to being corporeal?
You can see it. You can see the shadow just kind of sticking off of you, but okay, so it's like not like, yeah.
Gotcha. Awesome. Linus doesn't really know what to make of this, so I guess I'll just take 2 shots at the big guy again.
Okay.
My first shot, I'm going to use my bonus action to Hunter's Mark it first.
Okay.
And then I will make this first shot a sharpshooter shot, so I'm going to take a -5 penalty, and if I still hit, it's a +10 to damage.
Perfecto.
+10 to damage. Can't speak, apparently. Boop. So that's a 9. It's probably not going to hit. And I'll just do a regular shot for the second, which is a 12, which also probably doesn't hit.
It does not. And you're very focused. It almost seems like as you're letting loose these arrows that the shadow kind of flicks them out of line. It looks like it kind of moves. Then finish your turn. Anything else at the end after those 2 shots?
No, I think that'll have to be it.
Okay.
Since I whiffed terribly 2 times.
Okay. As you do, and you said, you see it looks like the shadows kind of flick the arrows out of the way or pull your hand down just a little bit. You hear this yell in your head that goes from this echoey faraway sound to louder and louder, more high-pitched, this scream in your ears as you see the shadow kind of forms. Everybody sees the shadow kind of form more in an orb around you, Linus. Do a wisdom save for me, please.
Oh, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. This is exactly what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 11.
Close, but no cigar. As you are going to...
You have inspiration, I think, right?
Oh, I have DM's inspiration?
You do have a DM inspo. If you want to use it. Or I'm gonna...
Yeah, I probably should. This probably isn't good, right? 11!
Oh my god, it's the same roll!
God bless.
All right.
Absolutely rude.
Well, 5 psychic damage as this just screeches in your ear. And then the shadow shoots out and kind of reforms separate from your body back into kind of this corporeal form.
Okay.
And then it goes to Gilgazzo. Oh, what are you gonna do, buddy? You have some things. That's for sure.
Music is too epic, by the way.
It's so good. Let's see what this one is.
Does this spell do?
Okay. So, you see Gilgazzo had kind of fizzled out on that last spell. And so he's focusing again and bringing in some of that energy that he blasts out at the feet of this creature. And you all hear a slight rumbling. And you see that the earth beneath the feet of the Aetherra starts to move. Some of the bricks crack and kind of go up in jagged forms and just start to kind of get ripped apart as this fella's gonna have to do a quick little dex save.
Is it an area of effect thing? Do I need to do a dex save too?
No, it is focused on a certain individual.
Sweet earthen grasp.
Sweet. As Addie in front of you, like I said, you notice that where your feet are planted, perfectly fine. And these under him are just starting to tremor and move as the Aetherra loses a little bit of footing and falls to the ground prone in front of you. And Gilgazzo's like, hit him! And it goes to Derrin.
Okay. Are these shadows like something magical that I could potentially try and dispel? Maybe.
You could you could try that. You could, like I said, so Linus is separate from him currently.
Do I have to target each individual shadow, or can I target the shadows on the whole?
It seems individual. I'll say there's not a lot that's connecting them. They seem connected to each of you.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
But you could try to dispel yours.
Yeah, but I'm not that kind of... Funny enough, I'm not that greedy kind of bard.
There you go.
Contrary to popular belief. So I am going to experiment and try and dispel Linus's shadow.
Okay.
And I am going to use my newly acquired hotness of Dispel Magic.
Hey, there you go.
Because, no.
No. So you are going to have to roll for me.
Okay.
Because I think after a certain level, you have to roll a wisdom, right? Or what is the roll exactly?
It's something like that. Let me hunt it down. I had it. And then it, for some reason, didn't want it to show up properly. I have third level slot. Why did you not? That's why it's being a pill about this. I had this already, I swear. Let's see. It was you and... Oh, that's right. Boop. So if I say it's that, how about you give me that? Boom. Cast it. So that does that. What if I imbue it? Okay. One creature spell, object. If it's third level or lower, it ends. Otherwise, I roll using my spell casting ability. And so it'd be my charisma, and DC is 10 plus the spell's level.
Perfect. Okay, roll for me, please.
Yeah. Check it. That's a 9. That is very bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my inspiration that I have.
There you go.
To re-roll that, please. I feel like this inspiration is a poison challenge.
It's not doing good for y'all. I'm so sorry. I think it took my luck. You go to cast this and it fizzles. And a couple of odd things about it is, one, you can touch the shadow. It feels like you're touching a person. But then also it has some sort of weird reverberation that maybe either it's going to have to take a lot of this or this type of magic isn't going to affect it. Like, either it's not necessarily a spell or it is a very high spell. Like, it seems out of kind of reach. But you're now like, I can touch this thing.
Yeah, it's frustratingly corporeal.
Yeah.
Which means he just looks at his hands, looks at the shadow, looks back down to his rapier. I see, we'll have to use the other kind of magic then.
Awesome.
Linus, perforate them. And just give inspiration to Linus, burning inspiration over.
Captain.
Alrighty. I need you now to make a quick wisdom save as you start to hear this screaming in your ear as well.
Oh, that's pleasant. 14?
Just exactly what you needed to save to take half damage.
So it's what, 2 psychic?
So it is, yeah. Well, 1, I guess, technically, because we're rounding down.
1.
3 damage.
Okay,
I'll take 1.
2d6.
2d6.
Got it.
Yep. As
And
then now there is a you shadow in front of you as well.
Yeah. Great.
Alrighty. Linus shadow. Let me write these down so I don't forget. Derrin shadow. Okay. Lelbeth, your turn.
Oceaphon is prone.
Yes.
That's what I heard.
Yes.
That's the word on the street.
That is the word on the street.
So,
And I am an ally that is within 5 feet of you.
Yes.
you already know it. You already know, baby.
Yup. Get that sneak attack damage.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're coming at this boy with that. Is it advantage since he's prone?
It is.
So let me try that again. God!
Why is it 8? You have,
What is it
I think you still
doing?
have, like, actual bardic inspiration, right? How
Oh yeah, what's that, a
last?
D6?
8?
D8.
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 That brings it to a 15.
Hey.
Need a
Then it's it.
16, unfortunately.
No.
So close.
And she's trying to stab, but then she sees this form sort of appear, and she's like, "Are you me? Am I you? What is this?"
You
Lelbeth
hear
is having an existential crisis.
you hear those words mimicked back to you that then trail on into a high-pitched scream. I need you to now make a wisdom saving throw.
Come on now.
Nope,
I'm about to reload Alchemy because this is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, and
Like,
I rolled the
there's-
best damage on you. I'm so sorry. So that's 11 psychic damage. As everyone kind of notices too that this shadow kind of sucks up literally into just a ball around Lelbeth's head. All of you can even hear this squeal or screech from it, but not to a deafening point. And then it just shoots out and forms into a shadow again next to Lelbeth. Anything, did you have movement or anything, or are you just kind of chilling with this guy?
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill.
Addie.
I'm try to put this thing down like I did the bird. I'm gonna smack it in the head since it's on the floor.
Smack it.
Okay, so fun fact, because Marlo, I know you weren't here when we figured this out, but when you are going to do a check, and if you have advantage, if you drag the roll up, you can drag it up to get advantage, or drag it down to get disadvantage. So it's a really cool thing.
Ooh,
So I hit that with a 21,
Yeah,
and so
ba, ba, ba.
I'm still raging. So it's 11.
Beautiful.
And then I'm gonna hit again.
Again.
No, I'm gonna use my big bad because it do a lot. It do a lot. That's 5 more damage.
5 more damage.
From the suction frenzy.
Do it.
I will.
Ooh, there we go again.
So that was a 19. Wow. And so that's a 7.
7.
7 damage. And I'm just gonna stand over him and be like, bitch!
Nice. Awesome.
Then
Alrighty.
watch me crumple.
As it is, its turn. Okay.
Oh, I don't get a scream? No screaming? Yay!
Oh, wait. Thanks for reminding me. Yes, you do.
Yeah, you're welcome. I just wanted it to be fair and equal. I didn't want to miss out on the psychic damage.
Yeah, you do that wisdom save as you see.
Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, well. Do that.
I did that at an advantage, and I didn't mean to.
Oh.
I was on the.
Okay, roll a normal one.
Just rolled the normal. 11.
11 does not. As
can I give one bit of narrative extra since I'm a water genasi?
Absolutely.
And sound travels further in water.
Yes.
So I feel like as the scream pulses out, Addie involuntarily opens their mouth, and the scream can be heard coming out of their mouth.
Ooh, yes.
Rippling over their skin, and it looks terrifying.
Yes. As this kind of comes out, 4 damage.
Thanks.
And have this shadow kind of looming over you. But standing next. Then it goes to this guy. You, Addie, as you swing down onto this creature, you see like bits of the cloak kind of rip away from your axe and your warhammer. And as it does, this dark bluish purple fog starts to pour out of him. And it kind of starts to coalesce around you all in a 20-foot radius sphere. So kind of in this general area. And is currently heavily obscuring the view. I would say so heavily that if you were to try and do things that involve sight, you're going to be at a disadvantage. Okay. And you do feel this creature start to move under you as if it's trying to get away. If you would like to opportunity attack at disadvantage to try and do something as...
I would definitely like to do that. So let me go ahead and hit with my big bad at disadvantage. That's still 16.
That just hits.
Sweet, 11 damage.
Nice. You hear
like
that
tracing
squeal.
His pee or something.
Yes, you hear that like screech and sobbing noise let out and then kind of disappear a bit as disappears into the fog cloud somewhere. Linus, it is your turn.
Okie doke. I'm gonna look at Linus and go, self-reflection's important.
Yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at this shadow version of me that's in, because it's still in front of me, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look at Linus and go, self-reflection's important, but I'm kind of busy, and I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Zephyr Strike. So my movement no longer provokes opportunity attacks for the next minute.
Nice.
And I'm going to back up 15 feet from this creature. And the second part of the spell, Zephyr Strike, is that I can grant myself advantage on one attack, and that attack also deals an additional 1d8 of force damage. And my
Nice.
speed will increase by 30 feet until the end of the turn
Nice.
that I use this. So the Linus does a couple quick hand gestures, and he starts to shimmer a little bit, like there's a gust blowing around him, and he pushes away from the shadow creature, sort of spins on his heel, turns and aims, and then there's suddenly an explosion of wind energy that goes up his body, down his arms, and propels the arrow extra. I am gonna make this a sharpshooter shot, which might
Yes.
be unwise, but we're doing it.
I'll say definitely. Ooh!
Okay, so that is a 21 to hit.
Nice, nice, nice.
And it does a d6 for Hunter's Mark, and then a d8 for Zephyr Strike. And
Nice.
then it's 10 on top of all of that, so that's 10, 16, it's 26 points of damage from that arrow.
Oucha. Yeah, I'll say all of you, while everything is very heavily obscured and you don't fully have an idea of where anyone really is, suddenly with this burst of energy, and especially with it being so much wind, a lot of that fog is getting pushed away, and y'all can clearly see Linus, who then has just this knowledge, thanks to Hunter's Mark, of where that arrow needs to go, and that shot just pushes out the kind of air or the fog away, and a little bit of a trail. The fog pretty quickly kind of comes back in, but I'm gonna say, just because I was really badass, it's got the wind aspect, and you did a great job, I'm not gonna make it be at a disadvantage to find this guy, as this arrow literally was like a homing beacon into where he was running off to.
Awesome. Now the second attack.
Oh, I just healed him. Lies,
please don't. I'd like for him to die.
I said no.
So then for my extra attack, the second one, would you like me to roll that at disadvantage?
No.
Okie doke. Wow, it's just a normal shot, not sharpshooter. And 9. I got to do my cool thing.
Nice.
Alchemy's like, you've had enough.
That's fine. Okay, there he legitimately is. I had to hurt him 26 twice.
You do have a
Bardic Inspiration.
Bardic Inspiration, which is a
do.
D8.
But it is a 7 to make it to the 16, I believe, is our magic number on this one.
Yeah.
So
I think I'll hold on to it.
Yeah. Fair play.
All right.
And then important thing about Zephyr Strike, after I do the burst of air, it then runs out. So my movement provokes opportunity attacks again. It lasts a minute or until I use the burst thing, whichever comes first.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Well, y'all are hurting this guy pretty good before he really gets to do his fun stuff, y'all. But that's okay, because Gilgazzo is still kind of rising up a little bit, and now with that, like I said, homing beacon from Linus's shot, can see a little more clearly of where his target is, and I think he's just gonna shoot another freaking flame at this guy, or well, ball of heat, intense heat. Let me roll. Roll. Holy shit!
Yeah, that's the fire.
I was gonna say, if Gilgazzo killed me, while that would be appropriate, it would suck.
Whew. Whew. He does have a caveat with his things, that when he is like raging on the Aether, he has the ability to control these things to avoid allies. He's that good.
That's good.
You see, so following that burst from Linus, Gilgazzo kind of gathers up this fire energy. He's got like the two that he can shoot off. He shoots one down into the ground and it propels him up higher above the fog cloud. And you'll see this burst of blue hot flame shoot down just, 30 feet away from where y'all were standing outside of this fog cloud. And you hear the loudest scream. All of the shadows that are near y'all also go up in these blue flames and seem to just kind of like shimmer away in ash. And the fog starts to kind of fade as you look and you see this lump of flesh, bone, fabrics now sizzling with these blue flames, dead on the ground. Dead again, hopefully. And Gilgazzo kind of plops back down on the ground. You can see he still has that like blue energy raging in him, and it starts to just kind of dissipate. His eyes go back to just kind of the brownish green, the skin going back to its normal colors. You no longer see it like pulsing through the tattoos or his veins. And then he just kind of like crumples down onto the floor and is like, we gotta... Mayfire was right. We gotta get to the library. We gotta figure this out right now.
Okay then.
This is bad. This is really, really bad.
Do you need like a hand walking or something?
Yes, please.
All right, jump on.
Kind of like climbs up as the best he can, and
I toss the who's the most hurt of our group.
I think you all
took 5
avoided
points
that.
damage.
Yeah.
I took 9, so I'm pretty okay.
I took 11, so
I will hand the superior potion of healing to Lelbeth as we go. All right, let's do this thing.
you have a beer for a chaser? It's disgusting.
No, not yet.
Save it for when we go drinking later.
Oh, I
Come on,
forgot.
let's go.
Yes, there's so many places I want to go. And you help Gilgazzo as you walk out, leaving the shattered mess, the bird, this creature on the ground. You, Mayfire, having watched all this from a safe distance, kind of rushes and leads you more in the direction of the Library of Indos, where Fawn is to meet you all, and you are supposed to set whatever is in motion. And as you pass beneath the circular facade that connects the alleyway to the nearby road, you see 2 giant aquamarine crystals on either side, fixed in golden brackets, begin to flicker and spark as Gilgazzo moves past them. Some nearby folks notice the flashing glow, and most scream out of panic. Those aren't supposed to do that. After passing beneath the arch and turning a sharp corner, you see a clearing in the city, and an epic sight lies before you. The Library of Indos. The magic library dwarfs all other buildings in the area. A grass and stone courtyard with rows of pyramid pines lead to white stairs that weave paths up a rocky, covered hill. A large tower made of Fano's signature, sparkling white stone looms over the surrounding area. Archways and high walkways link surrounding rooms and spires. Ivy, fern, moss tangle over the walls, wrap around the towers. You'll notice that as you help Gilgazzo ascend these stairs, rows of lampposts on both sides begin lighting up a fiery blue. The cracks and crevices between the white sparkling stone of ramparts leading to the entrance begin to also glow with blue illumination. All the glowing blue lines form brilliant symbols sparkling across the face of the library. Symbols matching those etched in Gilgazzo's skin, and they burn with that same fiery azure. And that is where we will end this campaign of the Lost Druid. As the secrets
Yay.
of Fano and how to save this failing city are up to y'all, whoever plays this game, and your amazing parties.
Power is yours.
The power is yours, which Alchemy RPG is great. Look at these pretty moving scenes. Listen to this music. It's beautiful. Let me turn us off of our intense music and go back to nice, calm. But thank you to my players for playing through this, and Alchemy RPG for bringing this into our lives. What a fun little adventure and system for everyone to play it in. Before we sign off today, let's get some more love for all of these wonderful people here. Marlo, we'll start with you.
Hi everybody, I'm Marlo. I have brought you Lelbeth tonight. Lelbeth is just a little scoundrel, and I've had so much fun with her. Thanks to everyone, players. Thanks to Tay for running this. This has been awesome. You can find me on Twitter at Marlo Bogwitch. There, if you look at my profile, there is a pinned tweet. I want anybody who is available during that time to come apply for this game. It is a horror game. We are looking for people to fill in some roles here. It's set in Texas. I am from Texas, if you didn't know.
I did not.
Yes, I am from Texas.
Does it have zombies?
Maybe.
Okay,
Could be.
I'm out.
Hill country horror. I'm from the hill country.
See, I'm saying you
There's
must apply.
peaches. I'm
There's
applying right now.
peaches.
I'm applying right
My
now.
girlfriend's
set-
from Texas, so
It's set in a peach festival, and it's right around the Fredericksburg area. It's a fictional town.
So you're saying I can do Southern peaches?
Yes.
Horror. All in
Yes.
one?
Yes. So please apply. I think the applications are supposed to close today, so we're down to the wire. But I'm very excited for it. It's my first time running a game on stream. We are running with augmented quietus rules to make it functional for a long-term campaign. I worked with Ollie Jeffrey from Sinister Beard. I worked with Colin McNamara from Six String. We sat down together. We created this. We put this together, these new augmented rules. So thanks to them for that help as well. And we figured it all out. And we've got to play test it. We're still working on trying to get a play test scheduled. So we might be just, going in raw with this game. I don't know. But I think it's going to be fun no matter what. And Quietus is really great. It's Blades in the Dark based game, so it's always fun.
I want to play Blades in the Dark. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's Quietus is really, really cool too. It's awesome. So check that out if you're watching still, and definitely any of the cast members. Definitely, I would love to play with you all again. So please apply. All that to say, I do that. I also am. I have a couple podcasts I'm on, and then Saturday. So Saturday, as far as streaming goes, I will also be over on Lost Caravan, playing a groupie for a 70s band. The band has gone missing, and that'll be run by Doc Rimbo, Justin, if you know, and I'm excited for that. It's gonna be fun. So my podcasts, I have two. I'm on Sins of the Father. I'm an editor and player for that. We're a 5e game. Kids looking for their missing fathers, traumatized in the fun way, and it's a lot of fun. And then our other show over on Misconceptions is the Tales to Inspire. Sorry, my brain is not functional. I've been up since 5 a.m. So, but yeah, Tales to Inspire, alternate timeline with superheroes. I play a 1940s Hollywood starlet who is punching Nazis. Might get punched by some Nazis. In fact, does get in some pretty dire situations because of a Nazi. So, check it out. It's great, and it's rolling out. The episodes are wonderful, and check out Sins of the Father too if you're so inclined. I'm very excited and happy to be here. Thanks again to everybody, and I will pass it on because I've talked far too long. Thank you.
Wonderful. Dee, you are up next in our line of beautiful people. Tell us about yourself.
Oh, hello, my lovely children of the dark. My name is Dee, and I have been bringing to you Linus Poodle, courtesy of Francesca and Jacomumptus Poodle, a simple farm boy. Thank you for indulging him and all of his absolute nonsense. Um, I do things all across the internet. I cause trouble for everyone that comes across my path. So sacrifice your pronouns to me, the one true gender god. You can find me on Twitter at It's the Riddler. You can also book me for games professionally through the Magpie system if you want to be a part of our curated play program. In addition to that, most of the podcasts that I'm on are on a hiatus. You can find me all over the place. But I just wanted to tell all of you lovely people, thank you for watching. And be sure to tell someone you love that you love them. Wash your hands, drink some water, and hail yourself. And that's me.
Hey, Matt, tell us about yourself.
Hey folks, I'm Matt, bringing you Derrin Twinkletoes over Thanos' worst bard, but your best friend when he wants to be. I'm the Killer GM. You can find me on Twitter at the Killer GM. I write about gaming nerdery. I also run my own channel, Mattev7, over on Twitch. Not really doing much outside of this at the moment. Would love to do more, planning to do more. Scheduling, always the final boss of RPGs. We'll see what folks can work out at some point in the future. Things will get better. Things always do. Promise. Just keep working towards it. Otherwise, yeah, I got nothing to plug except, follow these wonderful, wonderful people. They are great. Get them in your games. Get them in your lives. Tell them you love them. Say what you like best about them. And, hey, it's hot out there, so stay hydrated. Good night, folks.
Love it. And
Speaking of being hydrated,
Hey.
I am all about the Thirsty Sword lesbians, and I have been Spence, giving you Addie Silvercrest, last child of Meriden, and yeah. So this was an amazing game, and I'm so glad that I got to jump in and play a smashing barbarian, because it fills my heart with joy. But speaking of being thirsty, while my Sunday campaign has ended, all of the VODs are on YouTube, on the Weave the Tale YouTube, so you can definitely go and check those out. Yeah, I'm the Eldritch Weaver here, so you can find me most times in the background teching or something. As far as Friday goes, over on High Shelf Collective, we are doing a charity stream with Thirsty Sword Lesbians. And it's basically going to be a mishmash of all of your favorite fantasy characters set in the Neverending Story universe. There's going to be a ton of 80s and 90s and today references, so please be sure to come and check it out. We are raising money for Elevated
Access, which
Yeah.
we've been raising money for them this month. We've already reached over $2,000, and Friday is our legitimate charity stream. So even pre our push, it's doing awesome. They help match up pilots to come get people for any sort of life-saving care, a lot of that being gender affirming and abortion care, since the country is the way it is currently.
So come join us for that. You can also hear me on Nostalgia Pilots, which is a Gundam podcast. You can hear me on my own podcast, Resonant Moon Tea Time. And if you like the tiki-talkies like I do, I have a significant presence over there as Spence.ResonantMoon, where I do all the D&D duets, all the other kinds of duets, and am just completely silly. And you get to see my cats. Do I do anything else? I probably do, but I'm forgetting because this was amazing and intense, and I can't wait to play again with peoples. So Tay, back to you.
That's me. Back to me. Yeah, I am at _potato_ everyone on the internet I choose to be. You can catch me not here on Tuesdays anymore because this is it, but this has been so very fun, and I've been loving spending my Tuesdays with these beautiful people in this wonderful system and this fun little world. I'm excited to run this for more and more people because I think it'd be super interesting to see where other groups take it. But I am still on Weave the Tale every Friday for the rest of this month playing Coop. a totally not traumatized, adorable elf rigger on our Shadowrun game. So come catch that. And then, like it's been said, Friday over at Thirsty Sword Lesbians, I'll be playing yet to be determined role. We're gonna figure that out. And then, I don't know. I mean, I think I actually have a break until after Gen Con from GMing. This is going to be nice. Oh my gosh. But when I come back after Gen Con, catch me there, will be more D&D over on High Shelf Collective, where I will be GMing Midway Madness, which is our all-female led game of Heckna, which is Hit Point Press's Spooky Carnival setting. And hey, Cyberpunk's coming. Anyone in here, you want to play some Cyberpunk? I'm gonna have quite a few different.
Is it the
ones.
Omega one?
I can run the Omega one, but
because I like me the Mass Effect.
Yes, I can gladly run some Mass Effect one, as well as David from High Shelf Collective and I are gonna be working on like an anthology of Cyberpunk Red game stories, all set in one giant building, one big world, all in the middle of Night City craziness. So should be fun. I think that's the next thing on the docket. But other than that, everybody, thank you so much. Like I said, come back Thursday. We have Into the Stormlands Pathfinder. I think that's this Thursday. Every other Thursday. Double check. Time is not right in my head currently. And then Friday for some Shadowrun, and the next season for whatever craziness we're gonna come up with. But until then, everybody have a good night. Smile and wave, y'all. Goodbye.